In silent reading, a book is read noiselessly but meaningfully. Silent reading is completely cognitive process of reading. A reader during silent reading does not follow every word or phrase of text. Ashok Gupta has defined silent reading as silent reading involves all psychophysical process as a loud reading. Reading starts with noise, that is, every reading begins as loud reading. Time flies, a skill is achieved by reader. Comprehension becomes fast, vocabulary becomes enriched. After all this, a reader can prepare himself or herself for loud reading. To achieve the skill of silent reading, one needs to become an expert reader in loud reading. Advantages of silent reading: readers are trained to ponder on subject on regular basis. Thinking of reader becomes more sharp and ready before he or she expresses the self. Good reading habits needs careless brooding and internal fluency of reader. When silent reading is performed on regular basis, it contributes in some other way. Reading speed is achieved. Silent reading brings internal fluency of the reader. To polish the reading skill of reader, silent reading is the best way out. Silent reading practices even can remove the pronunciation related drawbacks and difficulties when the reader aims to perform spontaneously word selection. Silent reading is the best solution. A frequent silent reading habit gives reader the clarity of conception. During silent reading, thinking and thinking of reader's thinking is harmoniously carried out. Silent reading brings clarity in reading comprehension of the reader. Silent reading allows the reader to read slowly, thus his subject is more deeply understood and interpreted. Discuss the methodologies of reading. All the stages of reading. Um, before you begin strategies, before starting reading, one needs to decide the purpose of reading. Reader is to assure the his possible destination. Reader is to further confront the strategically way out. Reader should interrogate the self. As a result, curiosity and enthusiasm are heightened. At the initial period of reading, reader's enthusiasm is prime capital. As you begin strategies, reading has other formalities to perform during the start of reading. Prediction is the main object of reader. As soon as the reader gets the text in his or her hand, the mind of the reader predicts the title, cover page, page number, name of author, year of publication, etc. Apart from publication, reader has some other formalities to go through. These are the following: activating the previous knowledge after prediction, full prediction of complete domain of knowledge, decision over the topic of the subject, ideas about the nature of the text. During reading strategies are the vital parts of reading. A conscious reader should remain alert of the self, surrounding, and whatever is happening in the text. Reader needs to record what the other thing he or she is expecting. In this stage of reading, a reader usually observes the following: monitoring, questioning, repredicting. Monitoring is the key to reading process. Reader should assure the fact that everything has a fair meaning in the text. A reader should question what is happening here. Is everything happening meaningfully? Has the reader received the answer of all these questions with which he or she started reading? The idea of monitoring, questioning, and repredicting is a dynamic process. Thus, do not stop anywhere. During monitoring, questioning, and repredicting, readers are to activate the respective organ. Unknown vocabulary may restrict monitoring. Reader needs to either get some suggestion from classroom teacher or consult dictionary. When dictionary and encyclopedia will fail, teacher or board of teachers can gratify one's queries. After reading strategies, with the end of reading comprehension does not end. Many curiosities peep through the mind of reader. These are the following: have I achieved the goal? Have I got the thing that I was looking for? What has been the effect of reading on my mind? Have I achieved something which is perfect? How am I to implement the idea that I have received from the text? At the end of the reading process, reader needs to assure some other things as well. Receive the main message of the text, decide the main subject, write a summary, evaluate it, make a synthesis. After going all these formalities, a successful reading can be performed. Gerald G. Duffy has observed the same strategies are an important part of comprehension. There is only few strategies reader use in various combination over and over again with slight variation from reading situation to another. Strategies are really important part of reading. Reader needs to use various combination according to the demands or situation of the text. There are some other strategies which are pretty frequent. Explain the concept of skimming and scanning. Reading is a skill achieved by human through practice. We have two quicker reading strategies to discuss here: skimming and scanning. Definition of skimming. Skimming is a quicker reading strategy to read multiple objects at a time. Skimming enables a reader to gather overall ideas of subject quickly. It does not allow the reader to achieve depth of knowledge and concern subject, but a complete view of the whole is performed. If skimming is practiced long and on regular basis, whole is performed. um, if skimming is practiced long on regular basis, a complete view is formed on related subject without insight. A time comes when practice of skimming compels the reader to extend the meaning, comprehension, and knowledge. Skimming is comparatively quicker reading habit. Skimming has a purpose to meet. There are many who address skimming as rapid reading method. Skimming is actively associated with idea of target oriented reading. Purpose of skimming. Skimming is quicker reading skill. The following purposes can be served through skimming. Reader can read quickly and meaningfully. Reader can rapidly rapidly get a view of entire subject. A general view is formed. Reader can get interested on concerned subject quickly with ease. Knowledge is acquired quickly, thus time is saved. In a little while variety is achieved. Many subjects can be known at a time. In a little while many ideas are explored with and to the self. Skimming is popular reading habit for examinees. Skimming helps us in recollecting subject which are known and read already. Steps of skimming. To perform a skimming, the following steps are to be followed. The subject is to be arranged in mind quickly with expertise. One needs to read the subject frequently. On every single occasion, one needs to read the subject to save time. Reader needs to familiar himself or herself with main subject. Reader will have an overall view of entire subject. Reader will design an overall impression. There are some other things that are that the reader should know to successfully conduct a skimming: table of content, title page, introduction, index, illustration, summary, chapter heading, autobiography, author's autobiography, copyright, date, place, publication, context and edition, etc. Subcategory of skimming. Skimming has three subcategories: pre-reading, reading and reviewing. Advantages of skimming. Skimming saves time of reader. Main concept is formed. Reading speed can be gained. An overall impression is achieved with small investment of time. Reader gets pleasure in getting the genuine taste of knowledge. In short, while skimming is quicker and shorter reading strategy, thereby creates a genuine enthusiasm among readers. The mind of reader can be trained by following target oriented reading, which will be performed within stipulated time frame. Disadvantages. Skimming is rapid reading skill achieved by practice, but it has some drawbacks as well. Skimming enables one to get the partial view of subject. Complete and deep knowledge is attained. Knowledge that we gain through skimming does not last long. The knowledge we have through skimming is mostly artificial. Skimming does not enable us to gain an insightful knowledge of some subject. Knowledge which is gotten by skimming does not contribute much in research. Skimming acquaints us with multiple knowledge, which creates a figure among the readers. Skimming cannot satisfy a serious reader or scholar. Readers are seen so often to forget the knowledge gained through skimming. The knowledge that skimming begets cannot even create enthusiasm among the readers. Skimming forms an immediate domain of knowledge. It generates such knowledge which is not preserved long. Scanning. Definition. Scanning is another quicker reading strategy. Scanning is directed to meet a goal. On specific occasion, scanning is followed to quickly explore a particular object. If we look at the phone number of a friend at a glance, and we remember quickly, scanning is conducted while following particular heading of newspaper. The structural aspect of the text that we scan is so important. In day to day we practice scanning often without having theoretical knowledge. In 21st century, scanning has got the academic prestige of becoming a quicker reading strategy. Subcategories of scanning is now widely practiced reading strategy. Scanning enables one to attain knowledge quickly. Scanning is conducted on singular aspect. Subcategories: alphabetical information, chronological information, non-alphabetical information, numerical information, relational information, textual information. Conceptual information. Purpose: scanning enables one to save time. Scanning helps us to get immediate idea of some things. Information can be collected in short file. Scanning provides enough knowledge in short time frame. Through small investment of time and labor, pleasure can be ensured. Particular information can be collected in a limited time, or a particular knowledge can be gained. Scanning is always goal directed reading. Scanning limits our area of learning. Readers are never distracted from main area of interest. Method: scanning is rapid and goal oriented. Reading can be performed through following steps: collection of information, waiting for answer or clues, observation of heading, selective reading, reading and skipping, search for thirst area, remembering the clues, search for structural pattern, attempt to assure instant clues. Advantages: in addition to our daily reading practice, scanning has many advantages. Scanning allows reader to attain particular knowledge. Scanning saves the time of reader. Reading habit with skill can be ensured. Larger domain of knowledge is assured through shorter engagement of time. Single location allows gathering much information. As larger knowledge domain and much information are ascertained in shorter engagement of time, reader can keep their enthusiasm. Reader can maintain interest and curiosity as it needs very shorter attention and time. Reader has chance to assure pleasure of knowing and learning. Scanning can fix the satisfaction level of reader. Disadvantages: area of scanning is directed and thus limited. Scanning does not allow ensuring to achieve deeper domain of knowledge. Scanning cannot improve the clarity of articulation. Only information is gained. Scanning offers only lighter aspect of knowledge. It cannot keep enthusiasm of reader for long. Reader loses the zest for deeper knowledge for any field. Scanning is rapid reading habit, thereby skill is lost gradually. Scanning is not fruitful for long term application. Reader loses the concentration so often while practicing it long. Scanning can serve limited purpose. Scanning cannot serve all questions. Only information is gathered but critical thinking skill is not developed. Scanning can meet our simple needs but it cannot help one to have realization of self.